Well, good evening, everyone. I'm 10 Tampa Bay Chief Meteorologist Bobby Deskins. The 22nd of May, right? That's a Thursday. And we are just days away, really, from the rainy season. So I wanted to kind of jump in right now and explain that to you. Now, what you're seeing here, May 25th through October 10th, those are they're not necessarily arbitrary dates, but they're average dates from the local National Weather Service office here in Ruskin, Florida. And so what they've done is gone back over the years and looked and said, you know, on average, we tend to get the conditions necessary to have rainy season starting around May 25th and ending around October 10th. Well, lo and behold, we're just about there. And so let's talk about it. Right now, we kind of have a couple different things going on, so it's not a clear start to the rainy season, but as we move into next week, we're going to start to set that up just a little bit more. What's happening now is we've got this frontal boundary sitting out over the Gulf of Mexico, which is something we have to watch for tropics, right? Because those old things sit out there over 80+ degree water and they can spin up. Not worried about that right now, but the point being is it's throwing moisture our way, right? It's humid out there. Down here on the ground where we are, we've felt that. So we have enough moisture down here at the ground, but the last couple of days it's been hot, it's been dry. You look up and you don't see a lot of clouds. That's changing. In fact, it's mostly cloudy now because of this moisture coming in. What's going to happen is we're going to start to see afternoon showers and storms pop up over the next couple of days. Now, at least initially for the Tampa Bay area, they're mainly going to be to our south. This is Friday. It's going to be south and east, actually, over on the East Coast, eastern Polk County, perhaps even in the Highlands. And over on the East Coast, there's actually a small chance for severe weather. It's actually a slight risk. This is Saturday, same deal, south and east of Tampa, all right? But notice on Sunday, see a little bit more green back closer to the coast, bumped it up to about 30% chance. Memorial Day, you see green closer to the coast, up about a 30 to 40% chance. And then look at Tuesday, a good 40% chance for afternoon showers and thunderstorms. With west wind, we might get 1 or 2 in the morning, something to think about. But when you look at this particular graphic, you do want to look at the coverage of green, and you just see it just starting to spread out a little bit. That's a combination of more moisture here at the ground and more moisture up above us as well, so that when we heat up, we can make showers and thunderstorms to give us those rain chances, right? Now, here's a little bit of a bigger picture. So the darker greens here show you where all of the real good moisture is. This number, and I show this on TV a lot, but it goes by really quick, so I don't point it out as much. But that number in the upper right-hand corner, that is the measurement of the amount of water from the ground all the way up. If you were to squeeze it out from the ground all the way up and then put it into a tube, it would total about 1.14 inches. Okay, when that number gets 1.7, 1.75, you start getting enough moisture to make afternoon showers and storms. So you can look at the color here. This is Saturday night. You see where the best chance for rain will be. You see where the most moisture is, right? That makes sense. Let's go out to Sunday into Monday afternoon. Now look at the difference. Look how much moisture is over central and southern Florida. So, and in fact, going all the way up to Daytona, right? So the rainy season for the peninsula of Florida is coming. Now, let's go out to Wednesday. And the reason why I say this is not necessarily a hybrid situation, but see these winds coming in from the south and the east, mid-levels? That is bringing in that moisture. That's what we need for rain. That is rainy season right there. But this is a little bit hybrid because of this front that's up here. Okay, that's also providing a little bit of moisture. But when I see these east to southeast winds, this is a little bit above the atmosphere because at the surface is going to be out of the west. But that is pumping in the moisture. That's what it looks like around here for rainy season. So you notice as we go through Thursday into Friday, well, that's Thursday night, 8 o'clock. We're still under the moisture. Friday into Saturday, there's some indication that this front might want to sink all the way through and get us some of that drier air. But that would be, you know, we're talking almost June 1st at that point. And so it's tough to get a cold front with dry air through here by June 1st, okay? So I don't know if that will happen, but I can tell you that between now and about Thursday, say a week from now, right? The next week, we're going to see decent chances for afternoon showers and storms. This is a graphical look at what I just showed you, those numbers. And what I've done is I've kind of drawn this green line here. That's where you want to be, close to that line or above it, to have enough moisture to get those afternoon showers and storms. And you can see by Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then boom, you see the bottom drop out. I'm not sold on this yet, but that is a possibility. Either way, that dry air will not last very long. It'll bounce right back, and I think we'll get back into it. So here, I just showed you what we're expecting through Tuesday. This is Wednesday. Yep, look at the rain. Look at as we go into the afternoon on Thursday. Now, on this particular graphic, this is the Euro. I actually have the surface winds on here, and you see them out of the west. When you have that, in the mid-morning hours, you can get some showers and storms along the coast, and then they push inland. So when you have a westerly wind, the best chance for rain is going to be over here on the East Coast. So watch as we go through Wednesday into Thursday. That's the case. Friday, 2 p.m., initially we get some showers along the coast, and then we start to see it push over to the East Coast. Now, that's the difference. You see what just happened? Let me back up to Friday. Look at all this moisture up here to the north, right? It's sinking southward. That's the front. Watch that sink southward with the cold front into Saturday. So Saturday is cloudy with showers. Not this, but next, okay? And this is far out in time, so we'll see if this happens. But that's a cold front coming through, at least part of it. We're not going to cool down that much. But we are going to see a better chance for rain if that happens. So between now and then, afternoon showers and storms can pop up. Now, once we get into the rainy season, we have these different rainy season patterns, and it all has to do with where this high pressure is centered. And more specifically, where the western edge of that high pressure center is centered. This is the edge where it kinks. You see that kink right there in equal lines of pressure? So we put this little trough line here. When that western side of that high pressure is down to our south, we get southwest winds. That's what we call a regime 4. And guess where most of the rain will fall? Over here on the East Coast, right? It makes sense because it's, yeah, you blow it, you get warm, you get muggy, very warm and muggy at night. We had a low of 80 degrees in Tampa this morning. That's a record. That was the warmest we've ever been in the month of May at Tampa, 80 degrees. And you can get that when you have this westerly wind. That's what we have right now. This is west-southwest wind. Okay, so you get a few showers in the morning here, but then the bigger showers and thunderstorms, they go over to the East Coast in the afternoon. Now, when that ridge shifts north just a little bit, and that ridge axis is now up here, right? See the axis right there? Now look what your winds at the surface are doing. They're out of the south and the east. Guess where the most of the rain is going to fall? That's right. This is the pattern that you probably remember, and you used to say, it doesn't rain at 3 o'clock every day. It used to rain. That's the pattern right there that would do that. But I will tell you, over the last 5 to 6 years, we have not been in that pattern all the time. I mean, these patterns flip-flop, right? But we've been more of a southwest to west wind than we have a southeast wind, and so it feels like we're drier. We've been a little bit drier, but it just feels like you're not getting those late day showers and storms, and that's the reason why. So what we try and do when we're giving you the forecast is let you know where that ridge axis is going to be. Now, we could use the rain. Everybody knows that. The drought index was actually up today. They updated it, and you can see it really expanded down south. So this is severe to extreme for southern Hillsborough, Manatee, Sarasota County, Hardy, DeSoto, parts of Highlands. Everybody else is in basically a moderate drought. A little less you get over to the East Coast. Now, when you have the extra clouds and showers in the afternoon, you do cool down a little bit, right? You get at least to get a little bit of shade, but some folks are going to get some rain that'll help cool us off. And so you'll notice that here too. Remember, rain chances were relatively low on Friday and Saturday, and they start to come up on Sunday. Up more on Monday and then Tuesday. That's kind of out of there. But you notice as we get into next week, we get that frontal boundary coming through with more clouds. Friday and the Saturday, we cool things down. So yes, it's been hot. It's been dry. That makes us even hotter. But with the chance for some rain, you grow those clouds. You get a little bit of shade. You get some cooling rain. It literally drags down some cooler air from up above. And then overall temperatures will drop down. So there it is. There's a 7-day forecast. You can see temperatures are going to be hot, just hot, for Memorial Day weekend, right? 94 on Saturday, 95 on Sunday, 94 on Memorial Day. The average for this time of year is about 89 degrees. And more importantly, with the west wind, it's going to be warm in the morning. 72 is what it should be in Tampa when you wake up in the mornings. It was 80 this morning, 76 tomorrow. I think just because we have some drier air coming in tonight, 77 on Saturday morning, Sunday morning's coming up. Yeah, we're going 78 to about 80 degrees as we get into next week. All right, guys, that's it. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you on TV.